Hey, welcome back to the Board Game Closet. My name's Jimmy, and today I'm going to be taking a look at a game called The Sheriff of Nottingham. This is put out by Arcane Wonders, originally designed by Sergio Halaban and Andre Zatz. This actually is a reprint of a game that I first heard about through the Dice Tower called Robin Hood. And as you can tell, Arcane Wonders made a great game look like a great game. And so I'm pretty excited about this. Let's take a look and see what you get in the box. Okay, so this is what you get in the box with Sheriff of Nottingham. You're going to get these market placard cards that are actually really thick and really big. You're going to get these satchels or bags that have these clasps on the inside that clasp shut, and then you stick your cards inside of that. You get a cardboard cutout of the Sheriff of Nottingham. That's almost like a first player token, or whoever gets to be the sheriff on that round, they get one of these. You get some cardboard money tokens and some cards. And I will add that I just love this feature that they included these inserts that are removable from the game if you want. So you could actually place these out on the table and create a draw and discard pile if you want, and a bank, so whoever is the banker could take that. I don't know why, that just is so cool to me, but I love it. So how do you play Sheriff of Nottingham? It's really simple. I'm going to go through all the rules, all the variances, all the different scenarios that you get added to the game, flavors, different things like that. But in essence, this is a bluffing game. At the beginning of the game, you're going to get a merchant card, or a market card that has a little character on it, and then a corresponding pouch. Your job in the game is to see what you can smuggle past the Sheriff of Nottingham. Every turn, a different person is going to be the sheriff. So if you're the sheriff on a turn, you're going to be asking people what they have in their bags, and then you have to figure out if they are lying to you or if they're telling you the truth. Chances are everybody's lying, but you got to figure out who would be the best person to inspect and the most valuable to you if you are the sheriff. So beginning of the game, first stage is market, where you go to the draw pile. So you're going to be taking cards that you have in your hand, getting rid of cards you don't want, trying to get cards that you do want. You're able to draw from a discard pile first, and then a draw pile second, in that order. And then once you have your cards, then you're going to stuff them into your bag. So you take your little bag here, and you stuff it with up to 5 cards. And so you can put anything you want in the bag, but just keep in mind you need to tell the sheriff what you have in your bag. Now, you don't have to be honest about that, but you do have to follow 3 rules. Number 1 is you have to tell them a legal type of good. So you can't tell them that I have contraband in my bag. You have to say I have a legal type of good, and you have to tell them that you have 1 type of good. So you can't say I've got 2 bread and 3 apples. You have to say I have all apples. And then you have to tell them the number, the exact number that you have in your bag. You can't lie on any of those. So, well, you could lie on the second one, what's in there. You have to say it's a legal good. So, yeah, you could say, basically, on the next phase, you'll look the sheriff in the eyeball, and you'll say, I've got 4 apples in my bag. And you can trust me, because I'm telling you the truth. I would never ever lie to you. And then the sheriff gets to decide whether or not he wants to open your bag. And so, but before he pops the snap on your bag, before he does that, you have an opportunity to bribe him. And so you could say, wait, before you open it up to see that I'm telling the truth, what if I give you 2 gold coins to not mess with me? Or you could say something like, maybe in the next round, I'll give you something that's in my market right here. Or you could say, if you won't mess with me, the next time I won't mess with you. Whatever your bribe is going to be, then the sheriff will decide whether or not he wants to let you pass. Let's say he lets you pass, then you're able to take whatever was in your bag, and you have to declare what that was, show everybody what it was, and then put it in your market. The only change in that is if you have contraband. You don't actually show people the contraband, but you do have to tell them how many contraband you have. So you'd say, well, I was telling the truth, I had 3 bread, but then I was kind of lying because I have 2 contraband, but you don't know what that is. So that helps people know that you are a liar. They just don't know how much of a liar you were, how profitable that was for you on that turn. So after the sheriff has gone through and everybody gets by or doesn't, then the round continues. But let's say that the sheriff decides to inspect your bag. What happens then? If you were telling the truth, you have nothing to worry. The sheriff is the one who has to pay a penalty. Penalties are written at the bottom of the cards, and at the top of the card, it's a reward that you get if you make it through, or basically the value of that good if it makes it to your market. So if you were telling the truth, then the sheriff has to pay a penalty. If you were telling a lie, then you have to pay the penalty. Any contraband is confiscated and discarded. Anything that you were telling the truth about gets to go through, and play continues. At the end of a round, you're going to draw back up to your hand size, and you do it again. The game plays through until everybody gets to be the sheriff twice. After that round, the game is over. Then you're going to add up how much money you have based off the points at the top of the card. Whoever has the most value at the end of the game wins. There's some other things that have to do with whoever collected the most chickens or the most cheese. You get to be king of the cheese or king of the bread or king of the chickens, things like that. So there's some extra bonus points that you can get there. And then there's also royal goods that they introduce, where if you get a royal item, basically it's an item that's only good for the king, and so it's a royal good. So if you get that, that could be worth more points. So maybe you don't have as many bread as somebody else, but the royal good gives you more points, so you become the king of bread, and you could win the game that way. So let me tell you what I think about the game. Components, A+. They knocked it out of the park. Artwork is amazing. I love everything that they did. The style, these characters that are overdrawn caricature style. Artwork that they did is amazing. It's got this fun, playful. The sheriff looks like I just want to hate him already. I just really like everything that they did with the game. They didn't have to make these huge placards here, but I'm glad that they did. It's nice. Custom inserts that you can take out from the game. That's amazing. I just love it. The gameplay to this game is just phenomenal. It's just so much fun. If you are not into bluffing games, you will give this game a red die. You'll hate it. But if you like this at all, it's so much fun. If you can't tell already, I definitely would give this game a green die. I would say go buy it and add it to your collection. I definitely say that this is a green die because I already owned this game. And to be honest with you, I struggled because I thought, I've got this game. Why do I need the new version? But this is such a good game that I definitely wanted the nicer version. I remember when I brought this out the very first time, one of my friends said, "What is that?" Like, the artwork is terrible, you know, and he didn't like it at all. And I was like, yep, that's true. The artwork is terrible. I can't believe I paid a whole lot for this because it was out of stock and I couldn't find it. But I loved it so much that when I saw the artwork to this game, I knew that I just had to have it because the game is solid. It's fun. They made some differences. I don't want to go into all that, but they changed some things from the base game that I think make this one play a whole lot better. It's a little bit harder to figure out who's lying in this version of the game. I just really like it. Green die all the way. Go add this game to your collection.